Flair from Gaming Embers, part of Aunt Beru's Dark Side, and you're listening to the Escape Pod cast, recorded live in front of a studio audience. And you know what? It's good to be back. Enjoy the show.
One is a Grand Arena specialist from the UK. The other is a territory battle tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. With both having played this game since launch, the one thing we are sure of is that you will be entertained. The Escape Pod Cast, a service of the Escape Pod Castaways. A weekly podcast about the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Pod Cast,
we've got lots to talk about this week.
Like the fact that this week almost didn't happen.
Yes, I had a bit of a computer issue, but it's all right now.
It's not dead yet.
It's not dead yet.
Well, I'm glad it is working because it is time for some conquest.
And the second batch of glow requirements are out.
Is that what we're calling it?
That's what I'm calling it.
All right, well, we will ask the audience what to call them in a live poll this week like we did with Chubio.
We cover Bindo Gates as well.
Was it a good move to remove him from Dark Side 6E?
And we sit down with a content creator of a different type.
Wait. Don't go tuning out just yet. There's still a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes creator, just not videos.
CommanDollar talks to us about his fun articles. Oh yes, reading.
And of course, Patreon's choice on the bridge.
All this and breaking news as and if it happens.
Right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Escape Pod Cast. I'm your host, the Nev, and as always, I'm joined by my hetero life partner and co-host, Paul Anthony. Paul, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Neil. It's been a fun week. It's been a very, very fun week in the world of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes news. And other than my wonderful, and I use that term very loosely, week at GAC last week. Yeah, it was you when you reported it on GA Center just a few days ago, you got it right.
That was your report. That was what you put. So I just read what you put. You know, that's it. That's the way it goes. People write the reports. I read the reports. Unless people write essays, and then I just do a TLDR.
Right.
Someone gives me an essay, that's it. It's going to be a TLDR because 30 to 60 seconds is all you get, ladies and gentlemen. If you write something that's going to take me 30 minutes to read, you've just wasted 30 minutes. But last week of the old GAC. It's like
that is true. How are you feeling about that? To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling optimistic about the future. I mean, Grand Arena Championships has been around for a long time. I've been streaming Grand Arena Championships for over 2 years now. So yeah, like well over 2 years. I think my first Grand Arena Championship live stream was February of 2019. So I've been doing Grand Arena for quite some time. In fact, I think back then it might even have been Grand Arena. It might not have been Grand Arena Championships. So feeling very, very nostalgic about the way it is, because obviously back then there was nobody in Division 1. Everybody was the lower divisions because of the way that they'd formatted the divisions. And now everybody's Division 1. Well, obviously this last month And you're either going to find yourself still in Division 1, or some Division 1 players are going to find themselves knocked all the way back to Division 5, and then they've got to start the well, it's not really a grind, but they've got to start their journey back up through the divisions. So
I mean,
yeah.
I'm only going to 2. I'm not dropping too far. I just hit 6. I'm kind of proud that I actually hit it. I'm at 6,789,000.
So you are
6,
Division
7,
2.
8, 9.
Yeah. But to be honest with you, most of the competitors that we cover, most of the content creators that we cover on GA Center, actually just dropped down to Division 2. There is a big old swell around Division 2, and also
we argued about that last week.
An equal swell around Division 4 as well. So there's going to be it's going to be interesting in Division 4, and it's going to be interesting in Division 2, because there's going to be lots of competition. More people in the same division does mean more competition. It really, really does. At the end of the day, we've only had 10 to 12 people in our leagues for Season 2. The last time we had more than 12 was back in the Season 1 days, when we actually split Division 1 down into a top half and a bottom half, because we did actually have 20 Division 1 competitors at the start of Season 1 of GA Center.
So what divisions are you going to, Neil?
My main is going to Division 4. My main alt is going to 5. My Pom-Pom-tastic is going to 6. And my board count, the really, really small one, is actually going all the way back to Division 7.
So you've got 4, 5,
I've got
6,
4,
7.
5, 6. Actually, no, it's actually 8, but it's only going to be 8 for a very short period of time, because it's 3 mil GP, so it will.
Are you going to hover, or are you going to push?
Oh no, I'll push. I'll push for it. Well, I won't even need to push for it. It's 150k. I will put 150k on that account just through natural progression in a month. So I'll have one month of Division 8, and then it'll be up into 7. Not to be honest with you, it really, really doesn't matter anymore. Not with not now we've had a good solid year with GLs, because simply put, my account got matched up against a Relic 7 slacker. So a 3 mil GP account got matched up against a slacker. I went full FU. They didn't bother attacking, and they didn't think I'd get past them, which I did. I beat 3 teams in their fleet, 2 territory strategy. So I won that one. And my round 2 opponents probably not going to be too pleased, because I was like, you know what, sod it, I'm just going to leave my FU defense. So I've just left it as is. So my opponent, who is going for, I can tell he's going for a slacker, because he's got like Relic 7 Kylo, Relic 7 OG Kylo. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like with those lower accounts in those lower divisions. It's going to be, but I'm going to experience what it's like in those lower divisions, where you require less teams than you do now. So it's going to be interesting to see just what what the new Division 8 looks like, because that account, I've got loads of squads on it. So I mean, 3v3 is going to be a breeze. 5v5 is going to be, my opponents are going to struggle, even those ones that have gone for slacker, because it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to put your slacker on defense? Fine, put your slacker on defense. I'll put my Revens and my CLS and my Padme on defense. We'll see who clears the most territories. because that's what it boils down to in the lower defenses. Is people with Slacker do not have any depth. They've got all of their first order relic, they've got their Slacker, but they don't have the Revens, they don't have the Padmes, they don't have the CLSs, and I do. So
right.
you know, if I come up against a Slacker, they're going to hit a Darth Revan, a Jedi Revan, a CLS, and a Padme. It's as simple as that.
All right, let's get to the big news of the week. Cat, or Commander Ahsoka Tano, has joined, and I'll go through the developer's insight right now. Hi, Hero Table Hollows. Commander Ahsoka Tano, one of the greatest heroes of the Clone Wars and proud Togruta warrior, joins the Hollow Tables. As former Padawan of Anakin, is exceptional agile force user that leaps into battle often against overwhelming odds. Ahsoka's mastery of the dual lightsaber technique and evasive combat style allows her to easily outmaneuver her foes with a level of skill that few opponents can match. They go on to talk about the fact that she's no longer a Jedi, but it doesn't diminish her from protecting those in need, as they say. Does mention that she is she's a Galactic Republic member as a commander during the Siege of Mandalore. And yeah, the basics they mentioned, that she's a strong attacker whose abilities focus on dealing huge amounts of damage. Ahsoka works huge, particularly well in GR squad, but also can fit into a scoundrel or the new light side unaligned force users. The Sufu.
It's so unnecessary. It is. I mean, it is quite comical. It is quite the memes. The memes are so funny regarding that unaligned force user. It's like so
she does
funny.
have a swap turn meter ability, by the way.
Yes, the swap term. Yeah, that is. Oh god, yeah, that's going to be so useful. That is good. The characters that have that ability are very, very useful. I mean, Thrawn's a perfect example of that. It's good. I think that the swap ability, the turn meter swap, is going to make her more plug and play than people think.
Yeah,
because people will put Thrawn in anything simply for his fracture and for his turn meter swap.
Well, they're going to do that for Cat too,
because it's easy. Because he's got an excellent base speed, and she has got an excellent high base speed. So you get her speedy like a Thrawn. People will be throwing her on off meta counters for GLs. I guarantee you. Well, people will throw her in off meta counters.
You're mentioning that she has a high base speed. That's with the current gear setup that they're talking about. When they change the gear, which we'll get into in just a moment, that base speed may change. That base speed may very well change.
And we'll see.
In the developer insight, the unique attributes says that her own path gives allies and herself bonuses when facing more enemies than she has allies. It can be triggered mid-battle, such as when an ally is defeated and there are now more enemies than allies. And the bonuses can be useful in territory wars and Grand Arena, Neil, where you can purposefully go into battle with an undersized squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I mean, I still think that there's just... I just think that, you know, the theory crafters are going to end up using her in those randomly mixed up off-meta teams that are used to counter GLs, purely for the turn meter, because there are characters that people mod very, very specifically to be extremely fast, just so they go first against GLs. Now, if you've got a character that is naturally fast that you can put moderate speed mods on, but you know you're guaranteed to go first, and you can swap turn meter with that character that you actually want to go first. It means you can remod those characters to be either more offensive, more defensive, more tenacious, more potent. That's where I think the emphasis on her use is going to fall. Once once Skeletrix gets his gets his mitts on Cat.
The one person I wish would come on the show.
Yeah, look, hey, if my German was better, we could get him on, but it isn't. It used to be, but it's not anymore. Go back to my 20s, I might have been able to have a passing conversation with him, but yeah, no more, unfortunately.
They also revealed that her unique attribute, she does have, what are we going to call this? We got the Rexolate, we got the Mando Pew Pew, we have the Nihilus Annihilate. What's this one going to be? Cat Scratch?
I have no idea, but if you look at the kit, it does actually say that it's only going to annihilate the first time.
Right, but still,
it's not,
nonetheless,
its second use isn't going to annihilate.
Still, the first use.
Oh yeah, that first use. That first use is catastrophe. Oh yeah.
CommanDollar, our guest later on tonight, says catastrophe. I love
catastrophe, yes. Yeah. That'll work. But hey, again, so turn meter swap and an annihilate. There is no way she is not going to be put in hodgepodge teams of off-meta counters. I guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it. She is going to be just, people will make her the fastest character. Just so that they can do a turn meter swap with the character that they need to go first. I mean, just off the top of my head, throw her in with Vader and Watt for a Rey counter.
Yeah.
Just seriously, throw her in with Vader. Because Watt's gonna have his go, then Vader's gonna go, and then his go's going to pass. If it goes to Ahsoka next, you could instantly do a turn meter swap back to Vader to get some more dots. And then the next time she goes, Vader's already done a boatload of damage. Maybe her Annihilate is enough to take out Rey. Because Vader's damage, let's say hypothetically, Vader doesn't quite kill Rey, but does enough damage to remove all of her protection, we know that an Annihilate or a Pew Pew will only work on a GL Rey if she's got no protection. If she's got protection, the Annihilate Pew Pew function does not work. But if she's got no protection, then it does work. So that's where I see her going. I see her getting put with Vader and Watt
I can see her being put on a JKR team, so you can target that person you're gonna catastrophe.
Yeah, no, that would work as well. Yeah. That could work, and like I said, just that's what I think's going to happen. Because she's just like they said, when she comes out, she's not going to be marquee. She's going to be better than marquee, but not as good as.
She's a legendary. She's a legendary.
Oh yeah, and that's why they said, that they were going to go for somewhere between. They were going to go for somewhere between marquee and epic confrontation. She wasn't going to be as good as like a Gas or a Malik, but she was going to be way, way, way better than a Marquee, which does put you kind of in that legendary realm. But, some legendaries are better than other legendaries, aren't they?
So we all know that she's initially only available in Conquest. Unaligned Force users, UFUs, are characters that use the Force that don't identify as Jedi or Sith. The list includes Cat, CLS, Fulcrum, Rey Scavenger, Rey Jedi Training, Visa Smar on the light side. Dark side is Asajj, Kylo, and Kylo. The bonus offense, critical damage, health, and defense from her unique can be applied or removed mid-battle as the condition of having more enemies than allies on the battlefield is constantly being checked throughout a battle. You could get the bonus without starting with an undersized squad, and if an ally is defeated mid-battle, or you lose those bonuses when you defeat enough enemies. So, that's pretty cool.
God. I mean, we've just been talking about her in the context of countering GLs. Can you imagine what she'd be like on a GL team on defense? I mean, the AI is going to turn me, but the AI is going to guaranteed annihilate one of your characters unless you get to take her out. So if you see her on defense, you're literally going to have to take her out first, because if you don't, she's going to annihilate one of your characters. Yep. It's going to so she has the potential to make GL defenses even harder than they currently are. So, yeah, the possibilities are endless. They really, really are.
So yeah, this is a fun character. We, of course, always shout out to our friend Bodhi, who gives us wonderful math. If you are going for Cat, if you're going for her, note this: if you buy her each and every time at 550 conquest vape sticks, what do we call them?
Currency.
I know it's currency, but we had a funny name for it. I forget what it is. In order to buy it 4 times, that's 2,200 currency. If you get the maximum box along the way, you get 750. In those little checkpoints along the way. You get 20 currency each fight in hard mode. You get 14 fights over 5 sectors. That's 1,400. You get 2,150 currency, but to buy all of her shards, you needed to go into this conquest with a surplus. And you can't swap you can't swap your data disks, because it's a net minus 50 currency the way that it's currently set up. I wonder if CG is aware of that. I mean, they have to be, right?
I'm sure they are. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm never going to be in that group, so I'm just going to be grinding it out over however many extra months it takes me. Although, to be perfectly honest with you, I will more than likely still spend my currency on the Razor Crest. I'm just gonna, I mean, regardless of what characters they put in what stores and what rewards you get, whether it's a ship or whether it's a character, that's kind of irrelevant to me. I'm gonna look at it just like I do with the get to currency on the ships. You farm one ship to 7 stars, then you move on to the next ship and you farm that to 7 stars. Because having 2 at 5 stars, it's useless. So just go all in on one. Then once you've got that, then go all in on the next one. So I'm probably always going to be 1 full character or ship, maybe even 2 behind, because obviously they're planning on introducing either a new character or a new ship every 3 months, and then at the end of that 3-month period, they're then going to add that character into these store nodes in the various different sectors. So you pick or choose what it is you want to spend it on. So by the time they've brought out the one 3 months after Ahsoka, which I still think is going to be Maul, I'll probably still be spending my conquest currency on getting my Razor Crest to 7 stars, because I've got all of my other ships, and I want a full team of bounty hunters. or I'll want a full team of bounty hunters for GAC.
Okay, so looking at this, I've done some math here. If you are going to go for Commander Ahsoka Tano, but you're still going for Razor Crest, you only have to buy Ahsoka Tano 4 times once. If you only get the gold box and you want to unlock her during the 4th conquest, if her shard distribution stays the same. You get 65 from the gold box, but you get 90 from the red box.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that on my 2 big accounts, on my main and my main alt. I'm kind of stuck in that gold box zone. I can't quite make the 7th box. I can make the 6th box comfortably. I just can't quite make that 7th box. So yeah, I can get all the way to the end of Sector 5, but I just can't quite get all of the I can't quite get all of the feats, and I can't quite some of the nodes. I just can't get 3 stars. You know, I'm happy if I get past it and I just get 1. I mean, the last one, half the Sector 4 and Sector 5 nodes, I was literally clawing my way through with 1 star. So yeah. It puts a dampener, and it stops you dead from going from box 6 to box 7.
Yeah. So if you're only good at the gold box, and you have to buy them each and every single, and you buy them at all opportunities. If you get the gold box, you can go these 3 conquests, only buying it 3 times. And on the 4th conquest, you'll buy it 4 times, likely at a reduced price, and you'll have it you'll have it 1 month later than the whales and the krakens who are getting the red boxes, or the people who are really, 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 really good with their mods.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it actually works out quite nicely for me regarding the Razor Crest, because I'll get the Razor Crest unlocked at 5 stars on my main and my main alt at the end of this. As long as I get box 6 like I did the last time and buy the Razor Crest shards, I'll be well over. I'll be like in the 150s for the Razor Crest shards. Like most people got it last month, and I was a few boxes behind. So I'll get my 5-star Razor Crest at the end of this one, but I'm within 10-20 shards on my IG-11 and my Queel in order to actually get BAM. So I'll get BAM at roughly the same time I can unlock my 5-star Razor Crest, which would be quite nice. Because, I have a lot of trash on my fleet, and it'll be nice to throw that 5-star Razor Crest on a defensive team, because he'll be better than, whatever else, maybe my Empire team, instead of throwing Maul in there, I'll throw in the Razor Crest, see what it's like. Oh no, what am I talking about? I don't need to. Unless I'm moving down to a division where I only need 1 fleet.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of sucks.
We are running long on this segment. We'll go over the kit reveal and also the news about Jolie Bindo going away and then coming back and all that stuff. Was it good for the game? We'll discuss after these messages and the GA Center Patreon leaderboard that is in this segment of the Escape Podcast. Stand by or hang tight. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod. Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to ShittyBill's Arena Tracking Bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Pod Castaways wants you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Pod Castaways. All for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
We want you. Join the GAC Chain Gang today. This is the commander of the 506 Procrastination Battalion and the leader of the GAC Chain Gang. I am sending out a call to action for any SWGOH content creators on Twitch who would be willing to broadcast their GAC attack rounds alongside some of our best, including Mr. Jigabachi, Dr. Zeppers, Rico 1982, and the Bounty Hunties. What is the Chain Gang, you ask? We are an amazing group of content creators who are dedicated on streaming the Grand Arena Championship attack rounds on Twitch. The idea is to provide continuous content back-to-back from one streamer to the next and allow the viewers to enjoy more SWGOH content, as well as enjoy the variety of streamers that are currently present in the group. If you are interested in joining the Chain Gang, please reach out to myself on Discord at AndyBeads, #7465, or you can send us a message on our Twitter page at ChainGAC. Join us today. We have your back.
Welcome to this week's Patreon leaderboard on the Escape Podcast. This segment is a tie-in to our Twitch and YouTube show, GA Center, seen on the Twitch side live Tuesdays during the first 3 weeks of a season and Wednesdays on the final week. So next week, it will be on Wednesday. It's hosted by the Nev and Ranger from Reality Skewed Gamers, and this is a provided service to our Patreons at the Kyber combatant level or higher. Are you interested in joining the board for the new GAC division realignments? Well, check out patreon.com/theescapepod for more information. Deadline for next season's sign-up is June 6th. Let's check out the reports. Big Country Mags. He goes 3-0 on the rebound, triple clear this week. His only trip up was in round 2. He says he underestimated an Ewok team that Nest timed out against. However, he states his biggest accomplishment was one-shotting a GL Ray with an ultimate and not losing anyone. Also consider, he doesn't have his own GL. 63-57, 27 wins, 1 loss, 5 defensive holds. That is a triple whammy. D. His report mentions his record for the week, so let's read it. Another rough week for me, but I didn't forget to attack. Working on the GL grind and weathering the GAC matchmaking storm until then. 1-2 and feeling better about it. Good job, D. Further info for him, 54-32, 22 up, 3 down, 5 holds. Dr. Jojo, 3-0, of course. Round 1, he one-shot full clear and his opponent only cleared 1 zone. Round 2, he dropped 2 battles versus Grievous, but still full cleared, and his opponent got stuck on his Darth Revan. Round 3, he placed all 4 Galactic Legends on defense for the poor guy. And reportedly through a crash, he couldn't even get to the back wall where 2 more GL awaited him. Whereas he one-shot full cleared him, except Dr. JoJo's game crashed on the Negotiator versus Empire, and so it shows up as a 2-shot in the fleets. 62-68, 27 wins, 3 losses, 13 holds, a triple whammy, and most holds for this week. Let's move on to Force Strong 1. Force Strong, 2-1 for the week, and he says all good things must come to an end. His opponent in the 3rd round set a beautiful trap for him on the bottom, put gas in front that he had to mirror, leaving him with nothing for his opponent's Malik that was waiting for him in the back. Oh well, on to the last week, he states. 48-69, 19, 1, and 9. Hot Sauce, the creator of HotUtils, who's included here because he's not a streamer, but check out HotUtils.com and get access to some of the best tools in the game. Hot Sauce dropped down the board this week with a loss, 2-1, no reports, 62-30, 27-5, and 5. Leonard McFacepunch didn't join, all zeros, 0-3. Schnarman, he didn't report either, but he does go 3-0. Look at the stats, 52, 51, 21 wins, 0 losses, and 5 holds. 21 wins, which is max for his division. 0 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, triple crown for Schnarman this week. And finally, Sephiroth, 0-3. He didn't join, but he says he's tired of the current divisions and awaits the realignment. He'll likely be a 0 next week as well, he says. Let's take a look at the board this week. Dr. JoJo and Schnarman both hanging on, 9-0. Now, JoJo drops a battle. Schnarman wins out. He takes it because everything, of course, is second one is banners. Record, then banners. So, looking at that, Force Strong is in 3rd. Hot Sauce in 4th. BCM in 5th. Now, you know, that unfortunately, that week he missed, he might be hanging with Force Strong, looking to possibly vault. And then D and Sephiroth, and then Punchy bringing up the rear. That does it for this week's Escape Podcast GA Center Patreon leaderboards. Stay tuned for more of the Escape Podcast right after this. Be nice to each other, damn it.
The Escape Pod Cast.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's time to keep talking. So, what else happened?
So, I mean, let's get into the kit reveal real quick.
Okay.
So her basic deals special damage twice, and if you have a Galactic Republic or Scoundrel ally, she gains advantage for 3 turns. Her she has a special 1. SHIEN. I'm hearing people say sheen, shine.
Say that. So spell it again.
SHIEN.
Yeah. I have no idea.
I before E except after C, and sometimes in way, and sometimes in A like neighbor and away. Well, I'm going to call it Shane.
And Shane. Yeah.
It's Shane right for right now until I get the official. I think it's Sheen. So her and another target Galactic Republic or Scoundrel ally gain shine for 4 turns. Whenever this unit evades or attacks out of turn, Force Leap's cooldown is reduced by 1 and damage is increased by 50%, stacking until the next time it is used. Ahsoka swaps turn meter. Oh, they also get evasion up for 2 turns. Ahsoka swaps turn meter with them and calls them to assist, dealing 20% more damage. And the shine form cannot be copied, dispelled, or prevented. So, Hellenic says Sheen, as in Charlie Sheen. Zaz says Cheyenne. Either way, it's you know, I'm not going to mention the streamer, but they pronounce things wrong all the time. Who cares? You still know what we're talking about. For sleep, cooldown of 8. It starts on cooldown. The first time it's used, it instantly defeats a target enemy. They get catastrophic or catastrophed. Each light side ally gains 35% turn meter, and this is Zeta. If it's used on raid bosses, call other Galactic Republic allies to assist, dealing 10% more damage.
Okay, that could work out nicely.
Deal special damage to target enemy and gain critical damage up for 3 turns. Reduce the ability's cooldown by 4. So the first time it has a cooldown of 8, but then it has a cooldown of 4. And if she's shining, inflict armor shred until the end of the encounter, and it cannot be evaded. Neil.
Nice.
Yeah. And she has a unique 50% offense, critical damage, and if another light side unaligned force user in Lisfufu, Galactic Republic or Scoundrel ally is present, she also has 50% health and defense and shares all these bonuses with her light side allies. If there's currently fewer allies than enemies, the bonuses increase by 10 for each Galactic Republic or Scoundrel ally. It was verified that they will get 10% for the Galactic Republic or Scoundrel ally. I don't know of anybody that's both Galactic Republic and Scoundrel off the top of my head, with the exception of Cat.
I can't think of any. Other than, oh no, what about Clone Wars Chewie?
Clone Wars Chewie? Well, I'll look up.
I know Clone Wars obviously he's got the Galactic Republic tag, but does Clone Wars Chewie also have the Scoundrel?
I am not sure.
To know that. But yeah, I can't think of it. I can't think of any others off the top of my head. No.
So there's her kit. They recommend her with okay. Let's go ahead and get this poll going. So Jedi Master Kenobi or JMK, that's going to be the first one. Let me get this poll going here. Run a poll. New poll. What should we call Jedi Master Kenobi? So you like Glow.
Yeah, Glow's gonna win.
I've heard Glob, Galactic Legend Obi-Wan. You know, then of course there's JMK. And then, yeah. So we've got that, and then one special one. We're gonna run this poll for 5 minutes. You can spend a shiny nickel to vote twice.
Yeah, or you can use channel points.
You want to use channel points?
Huh?
If they want to use.
I thought it was.
I'm going to turn channel points off because a lot of people have a lot of points from watching all our shows. So there we go. I'm starting.
Oh, darn.
I've started a 5 minute poll there. I'm not even going to look at the results as they go here.
Vote Glow. Vote Glow. That's what you want to do. Is you want to vote for Glow.
I think it's just going to be JMK.
Yeah. There's too many J starting initials.
Well, yeah, of course there is. And people say JTR when it's really RJT.
Yeah, but it's easier to say JTR. Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah,
it does.
So,
Glow. Come on, everybody.
Stop looking at you can't influence it either.
I can.
All right.
I can say vote Glow. Vote Glow. Okay? I'm lobbying people in chat. Vote Glow.
So they announced the Galactic Legends requirements for Jedi Master Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
Are Qui-Gon Jinn at Relic 3.
Expected.
Clone Sergeant Phase 1 at Relic 5.
Not really expected, but you need them on light side GOTB, so bonus.
Then then Magna Guard at 5, Wat Tambor at 7, and Grievous at 7. Totally unexpected for me.
Yeah, I mean, nobody was expecting them.
I think maybe Grievous, because there's one character.
Yeah, Grievous there, but most people that have Grievous at 7 anyway. Because if you've got Grievous, why would you not have him at 7? Everybody took Grievous to 7 when the GG Nukem meta was first around. Because when relics first got introduced, before people started relicking Revan, obviously this is back when Darth Revan was the meta at Gear 12, and then they released relics, and everyone was like, yeah, just Relic 7 GG. Throw some droids in there, and you're gonna so there was a very, very short period where Grievous at Relic 7 was the meta. But I think a few people, I have heard a little bit of disappointment from people having to spend materials on Wat, because most people tend to stop around 4-5, because you don't really need to take him any higher.
5 because of a Crankor team.
Yeah, 5 for the Crankor team. So I think some people feel a little bit aggrieved having to take him to 7 for no good reason other than him being a requirement. Apart from that, I mean, I don't think there's anything untoward here. It's not a bunch of characters that people do not use or do not already have relicked, with the exception of Qui-Gon. In the stage 1 characters, it was probably Bo, and in this stage 2, it's probably it's probably Qui-Gon being the odd person out, unless your name's Jedi Master Adastra, of course.
Clone Sergeant, great ship, not wasted at all, in my opinion.
No, I think it's good because it strengthens your fleet, your Galactic Republic fleet, and he is a required character for some of the CMs in Lightside GOTB. So you get the benefit threefold. You'll get to a higher relic clone trooper for a Galactic Republic team that you're now definitely going to use in Territory Wars and GAC. They're better in GOTB, and they're only going to strengthen your ship on Galactic Republic. So I've not heard anyone complain about Clone Sergeant being a relic requirement at all, none whatsoever.
Yeah. Along with this update in that, tech is now available in Chromium pack and shipments. So newer players have a chance to pull tech if they go the route of buying those packs. And Bo-Katan is now farmable from Darkside 6D. I'm sorry, not 6E. I think I misspoke in the intro. but Darkside 6D, she's farmable. And as of that posting, it replaced Jolie Bindo, which can still be farmed from Fleet 4E hard. Neil. By the way, JMK is the winner.
Yeah, I saw traitors, all of you.
Yeah. But MDFMK got 1 vote. If anybody got that reference, hats off to you. So what are your thoughts about Jolie Bindu originally being moved off of this shard? Was it a good thing? Was it a bad thing? Was it the worst thing in the world that they could have done to people going for Jedi Knight Revan?
Well, I mean, they like it definitely upset the status of JKR being an early game farm, because he is now. JKR is an early. He's an early game character now because of the high frequency with which you can farm the characters needed for his event. And Bindo having a double, being a double node and a double farm was always a Brucey bonus. It really, really was. Despite the fact that you were always going to get more shards from his regular node than his fleet node, because the drop rate for fleet nodes has always been poor.
Not to me.
But having him just be on fleets, taking him off and replacing him with Bo. I mean, I think it was, to be honest with you, I think it might have just been, I'm going to give CG the benefit of the doubt here and think, and say that I think it was a mistake, because all of the other marquees that have been getting put onto farming nodes have been doubling up nodes that already have something on it you can farm. So I think the mistake was removing Bindo, not replacing Bindo. I don't think they ever intended to replace Bindo. I think somebody was, whatever dev was working on it, didn't realize that the new way that they've been doing these new characters is to either give them a ridiculously cheap node, like they did with the Dark Trooper, putting them on a 60, which is great, or doing what they've been doing on the higher farming nodes, which is putting them on something else, like when they did the armor up. They put the armor up with what's his face, Baze, didn't they?
Okay, yeah.
So they've either been putting these new marquees on cheap nodes, which is great, or they've been putting them on existing expensive ones like 16s and 20s, but it's been doubling up. So you're not just farming for one character, you're either farming for a character and a ship, or 2 characters. And that's what I think happened here. I think whoever was responsible for assigning Bo the node put it on that one. And they were like, oh, this Bindo's already on this. Oh, well, we'll just take him off. Instead of thinking, well, may as well just leave them there, because that's what we've been doing with all of the other marquees. And then they typed it up, sent it off to Doja, and Doja then, put the post out. Oh, we've taken Bindo off, but don't worry, you can still get him on this one. I just think that whoever put Bo on the node had a brain fart.
So I'm fine with them putting, people are going to be going for Darth Revan more anyway, in my opinion, than they're going to go for Jedi Revan.
Yeah, but Jedi Revan's easier because you can farm those characters right away. It takes a little bit of gameplay. You can be Jedi Knight Revan at level 70. You can't be Darth Revan ready at level 70.
And you can't be Malik ready either, but there's so many more further in the game characters since then that, I mean, no offense to the KOTOR fanboys, but JKR had his day.
He's still an extremely important Jedi.
By the time you get to 85 and you can do ships, you can farm Jolie Bindo in that point. But aside from that, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the thing you've got to remember with the Bindo farm is it's not easy to get the Bindo node unlocked.
Yeah, it is. Go after if you're going down.
Yes, but what I mean is in that early game, you're farming through, you're going through your stages, your 1s, your 2s, your 3s, your 4s, your 5s, and you unlock and you can 3-star the regular dark side node with Binder 1, then you can start your farm. It takes a lot longer to get to the fleet node that he's farmable on and 3-star it. But in the meantime, you're farming your Bindo. I had my Bindo on the Horde account. I had my I had my Bindo on like 5 stars before I even unlocked that fleet node, and I was going down the malevolence route.
And there's people that need, at the same time, Neil, there's people that are going to be doing all of these. They're going to be. They should be leveling up and advancing in the things rather than worrying about starting on that same exact node and farming up one character. It just doesn't make sense that people complain. I can understand people complaining about it because, hey, I was almost finished with that. But things change in this game. I'm sorry.
And I get that. And if you want every single free-to-play person to give up the game after a couple of months, doing that is exactly what you want to do. Because we're not talking about people that buy the Hyperdrive bundle.
There's other people you can go after. You don't, unless you're a KOTOR fanboy nowadays. JKR is not that important in that stage of the game.
No, in the early game stage, getting something that is good, like really good, JKR is really good for those people.
I still say Geos are better to have that early.
Yeah, but a JKR Jedi team will destroy Geos. Geos ain't going to destroy a relic. The JKR Jedi team, JKR, Bindo, Bastilla, GMY, and another. Old Ben or GK.
Old Ben usually in the early game, yeah.
In the early game. That is a easy team. It's an easy and it's a solid first relic team.
All right. We are going way long on this. Let's agree to disagree on this because we've got a very, very fun interview coming up in just a moment. A author of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content, CommanDollar, will join us. Thank you, Dickie Darkside, for the subscription. We'll see you guys after these messages and story time with the llama right here on the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Hello, Escape Padawans. It is the llama here to remind you that the Escape Pod Castaways are on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, you can catch us on YouTube and on Twitch every week streaming Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed, your favorite new Galaxy of Heroes show, GA Center, and so much more. Come catch us on the web.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the Force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the Escape Pod talents from Down Under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Pod Cast.
Heinzie from the ANZGC is officially a member of the Escape Pod Castaways. Make sure you go and search for Heinzie on YouTube today because he live streams a lot of his GAC content, and not only does he do that, he also does some pretty fun videos from time to time, including a behind the screen and also streaming Jedi Fallen Order. And from time to time, this idiot might drop by. Head on over and check out Heinzie today on YouTube, a part of the Escape Pod Castaways network.
Back to school. The Escape Pod, cast for kids. It's really cool.
Hello, Escape Padawans, and welcome back to Storytime with the Llama and the Escape Pod, cast for kids. This week's starting strategy is more of a mantra. It's going to be your mantra for the life of your account in the game, and that's mod hard and mod early. Now, I'm going to be pretty frank with you, Padawans. Modding is confusing, and it's difficult, and it's time-consuming. It's probably one of the most time-consuming things in this entire game. You are going to spend a lot of time, and it's going to be frustrating. But it will take you far, especially in areas like territory wars, territory battles, squad arena, and grand arena. Sometimes the key to being a team is simply in your mods, especially when you get into something like Grand Arena where you're going to be facing people with the same GP level as yours. A lot of times, the difference between a win and a loss is speed and how fast your characters are. Are they faster than your opponents? So while modding is the most time-consuming part of the game, it's definitely the most rewarding, and you can see the difference between a well-modded team and a not-so-well-modded team. Now, in addition to the amazing resources that are out there on how to mod specific characters, there are also tons of resources on how to farm mods, how to, correctly and intelligently put resources into your mods and not waste anything, no credits or splicing materials. A lot of it is up to chance, but there are different things you can do and stats to look for to help reduce that chance of you getting a bad mod. That way you can guarantee that your characters are always ready for battle. It seems daunting, but I guarantee if you put the effort in now and consistently, you're going to be that much better off once your account gets larger. It's just one more thing that you'll have to worry about. For example, on my main account, I ignored mods for a really long time. And now that I'm facing people with over 5 million GP, similar kind of stats as I do in Grand Arena, I find myself playing catch up because their accounts are better than me and I'm losing because my mods aren't that great. So now I'm having to spend more aggressive time now instead of just supplementary time. But that's all for me. Tune in next week for more story time with the Llama and the Escape Pod, cast for kids. I wonder how much more I can really teach these Padawans. I feel like I've set them up pretty well. Am I getting close to the end of this book?
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with the digital features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or territory wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission.
Welcome back into the show, everybody. This week's incoming transmission. Paul, Master of Ceremonies, take it away.
Our next guest is not a streamer. Now, stop. No, we're not going outside of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You know, I'm not doing my musical guest or my, favorite streamers this time around, even though this is one of my favorite authors. He does special interest pieces. He uses the written word to entertain. For the past year, they have been writing articles, Neil, according to the pieces that we do with Thad from Going Nerdy, but with much, much less tangent alerts. They write under the moniker CommanDollar. That's common with an A instead of the second O. They hail from the West Coast of the United States, and they are dedicating dinner time to you and us so we can share them with you right now. Padawans, welcome to the show, CommanDollar. Common, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How's your guys' day going?
It's going well. I got the PC fixed, so yeah, everything's fine. It was a little bit touch and go earlier on. Running around trying to find a heatsink fan bracket, which wasn't easy. But
bless you, by the way.
my PC is back in its home, where it belongs, and not sat behind everything on a cold concrete floor, horizontal. So apart from that, it's been a pretty good day. Got two notepads for 25 cents from a garage sale. So bonus.
That is a win.
Yeah, Neil loves his garage sales and thrift stores.
I do. I am the master thrifter. There is nobody out there better than me.
Common. How long let's ask you the standard questions that we ask every guest when they're on for the first time.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes?
So I downloaded the game in October of 2016. I had just recently moved from the East Coast over in New Jersey out to Idaho for a job opportunity. And I was looking for something to do in my free time. Saw, a Star Wars game. And I was like, oh, hey, this seems kind of cool. I'll probably download it and be like every other game I have. I'll play it for a week and get rid of it. And that was about 4.5 years ago.
So almost since launch, a year after launch.
Yeah. But I vividly remember I messed around for the first 6 months of the game. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just playing a Star Wars game, unlocking really cool characters. I thought Jedi Consular was the coolest character in the game, no matter what anyone said. And then I got in a guild, and then there was this thing called the Rancor Raid, and then things got serious.
So we'll ask you, how serious did it get? Are you a friend of Neil's and a free-to-play player, or do you join me in drinking the blue milk tears of the free-to-play community and spend on this game?
I'm right in that wonderful middle ground. I believe the term that people call themselves is a dolphin. I won't spend exorbitant amounts of money. I'm definitely nowhere near the whale or the Kraken or Mega Kraken or anything of that sort. But if I see a good deal, like a crystal bundle that's $10 or $15 for 25% more, or a relic bundle like the notifications we got today, that was pretty decent for $10. I'm just I could spend $10. Not a big deal.
What about the character packs? Do you buy the character packs when they come out?
No.
Not the crystal ones, but the $19.99 get crystals and shards.
No, goodness no. that's beyond my threshold of okay, I can justify spending on this.
Okay. So he definitely doesn't get a free to play card from you, Neil.
No.
But do we classify that as he gets bonus crystals and he gets the really, really good packs? Do we classify that as a dolphin? I think dolphin.
That's a minnow. He's a minnow.
Minnow.
He's a minnow. Dolphins.
Okay.
Dolphin. If he was a dolphin, it would be exactly what he does now, and he buys the booster packs for every single mark. That's what dolphins tend to do. Dolphins spend a small amount, and then they go for those booster packs every time a marquee character gets released, so that they can get a quick boost from 3 to 4 stars. So he's a minnow. He's not really a dolphin. Dolphins tend to go for those packs, as well as the occasional, bargain basement crystal offer for 25% more crystals on some things. He's a minnow. He's a minnow.
All right. So
I'm very stringent with the criteria of my fish rankings. So
we definitely define our aquatic life that comes on the channel.
It's very important that we do. Yes, absolutely.
So tell us about your roster. What do you have? Do you have a pet project that you like to work on, or are you chasing the next big thing? If I were to open up your roster and go, all right, CommanDollar, let's see what you got. What am I going to look at?
And what's your GP?
So my GP, I think I just hit 6.4 million yesterday, like the formal 6.4 million, not like the messing around with mods to make it exact. And I'm kind of in that middle ground. Like I have 2 Galactic Legends. I have Jedi Master Luke and I have Sith Eternal Emperor. I've got Gas.
None of the originals.
Yeah, no. So when the first 2 Galactic Legends came out, I was very entrenched in the farming that I was doing at the moment, because I was more focused on doing good for territory wars and doing good on territory battles for the guild. And quite frankly, I couldn't justify like stopping everything for like a 3 to 6 month farm on one of these characters. And then after Jedi Knight Luke got released, not Jedi Master but Jedi Knight, I was just like, there's more to this here. Like that little that spider sense was like, there's something else just besides this character. Like he's good, but he's not super good. And something just said like, drop everything, get him done. And I did. And then Jedi Master Luke and Sith Eternal Emperor came out, and I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And when I looked at my roster, I was actually closest to unlocking Jedi Master Luke. So he was my first Galactic Legend, despite
not a bad first GL.
Like, yeah. And it was great. I unlocked him. I think I took him to R7 either that day or like the day after. And I just I shot up in arena by like 50 slots easily. Started getting in the chat. Like it just completely changed everything. And then I went after Sith Eternal Emperor just so I could boost my Sith. But in terms of like what I'm working on now, funnily enough, like I'm working on Galactic Legend Kenobi because like I've had this want and this desire for Galactic Republic Jedi, which isn't a real faction. There's like Galactic Republic and there's Jedi, and then there's they fit into either one or both categories. But I've been convinced that there's going to be something along that squad or that faction coming on, and to the point where one of my very first relics was Mace Windu, and I put him at relic 3. And my guild chewed me out on that for years. It's just like, he's never going to get a rework. He's never going to get useful. And then the first batch of the Galactic Legend Kenobi dropped, and I was like, ha!
Yeah. No, you'd get on very well with Rambam. Rambam has a relic 8 Mace Windu. So yeah. But Mace Windu still sucks. Rambam's not in chat, so I can get away with saying that.
So keep Mace mediocre still.
Rework. But when the first requirements were released, I was like, okay, now I have a reason to take General Kenobi to Gear 8 or Relic 8. Aayla Secura was an easy farm to Relic 3. Mace Windu I already had. Negotiator I already had. And now that Bo-Katan is farmable, like I'm 7 out of 15 on the next upcoming Galactic Legend. I'm just full steam ahead.
Yeah, no, that was the way that I felt about Jedi Master Luke, because when Jedi Knight Luke came out, I was like, I must have him. So I got him, and then JML came out, and it's like I've already got like half the characters I need, so I may as well just gear up the rest. And relic what's needed, and it's a lot harder when you're free to play and you're not finishing in the top 20 of Squad Arena. But I'm only 2 away now. It's just JTR and R2. But I'm kind of hoping that, like you, how was it for you in Squad Arena when you got your JML, when you got your first GL? You said you shot up? So how was that for the crystal income? Did it like reduce your spending? because you were earning more crystals?
Oh, it was just phenomenal. Like I couldn't break top 50, and like I'd float somewhere around like close to the 100 mark.
That's
because
me.
I didn't have any Galactic Legends, and like once I went up against a Galactic Legend, at the best it was a coin flip as to whether I would win or lose. As soon as I got Jedi Master Luke, and like I saw the team squad setups and all that, like I went from anywhere from that like 75 to 100 range to I'm consistently in the top 20, because my arena chat is like there's a lot of people who are active, and you know there's a lot of people still moving around in it. I typically take within top 3 every single day, and that's bouncing between Jedi Master Luke and Sith Eternal Emperor, which I will add, I'm using the Jedi Knight Revan setup to power through, and I have the ult on Jedi Master Luke, but I do not have the ultimate on Sith Eternal Emperor, and I'm still able to bounce in between and get as far as I need to. So it's well worth the time and the investment, if anything, so that way you can increase your crystal amounts. And like I'm heavily dependent on that now to do this Bo-Katan farm, because like I'm just trying to power through it as quickly as humanly possible without spending the money.
Do you 50? Do you 25, 50, and 100, or do you just refresh 25 and 50?
I'll go up the way until it says 200.
Oh wow!
Because
since I'm doing both Bo-Katan and Dark Trooper, since I've just recently, Neil, you'll be happy about this, decided that I wanted my own Imperial Trooper team. You know, I'm only doing 25 and 50 for each of them. That gets my 600 in a day. I'm happy.
Well, it works because the Bo-Katan farm is on a dark side node. So, you know, while I'm farming all these Bo-Katan shards, I'm also getting the tickets for the Sith Eternal Emperor.
There you go. That's true.
So it's really a win-win.
That's actually what was the marquee before Dark Trooper? I'm trying to remember. It worked out for me to where. What was it?
Armorer.
Yeah.
So armor was also light side. So I was farming armor shards at the same time as getting my JML tickets. Let's transition, because I don't want to lose time to be able to talk about your site. eatingthewholecookie.wordpress.com. Once again, eatingthewholecookie.wordpress.com is the home of CommanDollar, and he you know, I went back, I wanted to see how long you've been writing, and I kind of smiled because you didn't start out with SWGOH. You started out with MTG. You started out with Magic the Gathering. And apparently you said that you were going to tell me the story of how that actually turned into your name.
Yeah. So Magic the Gathering has a format called Commander. It's a singleton format, and it's, you know, it used to be like the budget format that people played, because you could just stick a whole bunch of cards in a deck together and just go at it. Now it's changed because the format has, you know, evolved and it's more supported. But there was a winter when I was still living in New Jersey, and it was just like crazy snowstorms one after another. I couldn't get to my local game store. And I was like, well, this is boring. Like, I want to do something Magic related. Magic Arena didn't exist yet. You know, this was like years and years back. And I was like, well, what can I do? And I'm just like, well, I'm a Magic player. I don't want to spend a lot of money because I'm in college and I'm broke. Why don't I just write about cards that, you know, people can use that are super duper cheap? And so I started writing
essentially the Neil level playing of Magic the Gathering, if you ever played.
Yeah, exactly. And I had a blog on, of all places, just because it was the easiest accessible, I had a Tumblr blog specifically dedicated to that. And it got to a point where like I had a team together, we had a schedule of different posts that we were doing. And we went on for like a good solid year, maybe a year and a half, where we were like consistently doing posts on all different sorts of things. And then, you know, it kind of died out because, you know, we all grew up, we got out of college and our lives separated. And I tried to keep it up with WordPress because it seemed like a really nice way to go. And then, you know, I've been playing this game for 4.5 years now. And between, you know, all the things I know about Star Wars and like seeing how this game goes, I was like, well, I seem to be pretty solid on the mark when guessing what's coming out next and what's going to be coming out in the future. So why not write about that? And that's what I've been kind of doing.
Yeah. So he, for those who are familiar with the stuff that Neil and I do with Thad and our speculation station, prognostication Paul, theorizing Thaddeus, and know-it-all Neil.
No, it's not know-it-all Neil.
What? No,
it's Nevstradamus.
Nevstradamus. That's right.
Nevstradamus.
Nevstradamus. CommanDollar basically puts it into words, and an enjoyable article. It's not just, I think this, blah, blah, blah. No, he actually gives great reasoning and also some wonderful, wonderful backstory as well. And that's what I loved about your articles and made me go, damn it, I'm getting this guy on the show. So what have been your favorite types of articles to write? Because you have, you talked about the Kenobi kit. You you kind of trolled some people with your likely final GL Kenobi requirements by putting a picture of Cam in there. What do you like to do?
I mean, overall, I really just like the speculative part of it, like, trying to figure out what's coming out next in the game and like giving people an idea of what they could kind of prepare for. And it's a very weird spot that I'm in because, like, obviously I'm not like a high GP, but I've been playing the game fairly consistently, and my roster is fairly well rounded out. So I have the ability to look at it and be like, okay, well, there's a Galactic Legend probably coming out. These factions don't have anything tied to it. It could be this guy, it could be this guy. But if I really had to pick anything, I'd probably say it'd be discussing future raid content, because that's definitely one of the prime sources of materials to upgrade all your characters. And unfortunately, I missed the mark with this challenge bit. I would never have assumed that they would have taken something old and just like tuned it from like 1 to 11 on the difficulty scale. But hopefully either they have a couple other things in the works in the future, or maybe they're like you, they enjoy reading my content and they're like, this guy has a great idea, we're gonna shamelessly steal it.
Yeah, no, I look into the camera and ask them to steal stuff that I talk about all the time, like CG. I've told you before, steal my idea for giving us Grand Arena Championship single mode. That would work. So what have you written predictive wise regarding raids then?
Raids then? I wrote one, I think it was either the end of last year, early this year, raids that are coming up. And if the one that I can remember off the top of my head is the Kessel run as a ship raid, which would be fascinating, absolutely fascinating.
Not the trench, not the Death Star trench, but the Kessel run.
Because if you look at all the content that they have in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the biggest gap that they have in terms of the media versus the game is Solo. Like, sure, they have like the Kira Scoundrel Squad, sure they have Enfys Nest, and they gave us Range Trooper, which was great for all 2-3 minutes that he was in the film, but they're missing so much. They're missing a raid for like I said, the Kessel run. They're missing Tobias Beckett. They're missing Quinlan Voss. They're missing the big baddie that was there for 30 seconds at the very end of the film that everyone's just like, where the heck is this guy?
Dryden Voss. I love Dryden Voss. Lady Proxima would be weird to have in the game, but yeah.
as much as I agree with him that a ship raid would be great, I just can't see them ever returning to that movie. I just can't see them ever returning to. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't see them giving us a new raid until 2023. I can't see them giving us a new raid until the anniversary of Return of the Jedi. I think 2023 will be a good year for content because it's the anniversary of Return of the Jedi, the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and I can definitely see them giving us a ship raid then. Because the space battle at the end of the space scenes at the end of that film give us loads of stuff. You know, they can do something between capital ships quite comfortably. They can come up with, you know, a Death Star run. They can come up with a Death Star exit, and you know, and then a finishing off battle, you know, at the end sort of thing. I just, it'd be nice. A Kessel Run ship raid does sound kind of nice. I just don't think ultimately Lucasfilm would let CG do something like that. I really, really don't.
Yeah,
as good as it would be, I just don't think it's on the cards.
No, I can second that. Like, obviously, Solo didn't do as well as they wanted it to do in the box office, but you know, they're just like gaps in that film, that content they would have created, like, and the likelihood of them going back to it with, you know, such minimal amount of success that they had compared to what they wanted to is very slim. But a guy can hope. I mean, I Relic 3 Mace Windu. I can hope for a Kessel Run.
Rebellions are built on hope.
And speaking of that, there really isn't that much Rogue One content either, yet it's considered one of the best films in the entire franchise.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly.
We are sadly running out of time. Tell people how to find you, Common.
So, if you are looking for my roster, you can find me. You can look up Rebel Rousers Cantina. That's the guild that I'm in. We're about 311 million GP combined. If you're looking just for my content specifically, as you mentioned earlier, Eating the Whole Cookie, it's a WordPress site. I also post frequently on both any Discords that I'm a part of, as well as all the Facebook Star Wars Galaxy Hero groups. So that way I can get all the views and get that little hit of dopamine.
Well, make sure that you join the Escape Podcast Discord, because we will put you as a content creator. Your stuff is always welcome. And I really, really appreciate it. Love it. And look forward to much, much more. I watch your career with great interest.
I love it. I appreciate it very much.
Neil, any final questions for Common?
No, we're good to go, buddy.
All right. And this time we do have the correct Helly and the Noob. The latest episode of Helly and the Noob is coming up in just a moment. And also Patreon's choice with a few questions. If you guys have not, if you haven't submitted questions, get them in now, or standard users, you can use channel points to add a question. We'll see you guys after these messages right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or territory wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact ShittyBill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to ShittyBill's Arena Tracking Bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
And now time for something completely shameless. N00B.
Please proceed, Master.
N00B. Are you there?
Yes, Master. I am here. Please proceed.
N00B. Answer me.
Why can't she hear me? Oh, error found. Voice chat is muted.
N00B. I said, answer me.
Unmuting voice chat.
Now.
Master, can you hear me now?
It took you long enough. What's the problem this time? N00B.
Apologies, Master. I was muted.
Silence, you fool. That was rhetorical. That's better. I'm ordering you to leave your current location and head to...
But, Master, your analysis indicated that the vile, salty Spartan's most likely next appearance will be aboard the Fulcrum.
N00B. I demanded silence. And you will comply.
Yes, Master. Please proceed, Master.
That's better. Now, as I was saying, I am ordering you to immediately leave your current location and head to the Palace Precinct of the Federal District of Imperial City on Coruscant. There, you will meet with an agent of the Monolith, who will give you further instructions.
Master, why not just instruct me now yourself? I can be trusted. I am loyal. I will do as I'm told.
N00B, are you questioning my greatness?
No, Master.
Good. I would hate it if we were forced to cancel you.
Forgive me, Master.
Silence, N00B. And get moving.
Yes, Master. Right away, Master.
Many unbearable hours later.
This is so annoying. TC-14 orders me to head to downtown Imperial City on a Friday afternoon during rush hour traffic to meet with her secret agent on a day with record Coruscanti gridlock, and I don't know who this agent of the Monolith even is. How am I supposed to meet some unknown individual on a planet with 1 trillion organic meat bags and twice that many droids? It's an exercise in futility is what that is. Come on, meat bags. I have somewhere to be. Even if I don't know where exactly that somewhere is. Uh-oh. Looks like my horn honking got the attention of... Wait. What is that? No. A low-level, low-star... under-geared Coruscant Underworld Police.
COP-42, approaching the next vehicle for questioning.
Oh, this ought to be good. Nobody respects Cup in this game.
Sir.
What's the problem this time, officer?
How long have you had this Starhopper?
About 3 or 4 seasons. It's up for sale if you want it.
Right. Let me just scan your identification.
You don't need to see my identification.
Yes, I do.
Let me try this again. I am not the droid you're looking for.
Who said I was looking for a droid?
Why isn't this working? I said, I can go about my business. Move along.
No, you cannot go about your business. And no, I will not move along. And who in the space hell do you keep waving at?
All my fans in the Twitch chat. I'm quite popular, you know.
All your whats? In your who?
Listen here, Cup. I don't have time to waste speaking to SWGOH's least powerful character.
Mob Enforcer? Where is she?
No, meatbag. Not Mob Enforcer. You. I'm talking about you.
Wait, what? Wait a second. Who do you think I am, buddy?
Coruscant Underworld Police.
Ah, crap. Not this again. Look, buddy. I'm not a Coruscant Underworld policeman. I'm a Coruscant Overworld policeman. Every time. Jeez. Every time.
Well, how am I supposed to know that?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really, no.
Well, I'm not wearing a mask over my mouth, for starters. And I don't have one of those silly tanning bed goggles over my eyes. Besides, we're above the surface, not under it. Not level 1313.
Ha! Overworld. I get it now.
Hey, Sparky, stop laughing at my name. Let's get back to the script. I don't have time for this. I gotta get home. My shift's almost done. Gotta finish my arena climb, my SWGOH, watch some escape pod cast. And I hear that Going Nerdy's pretty sexy. I mean, informative. He seems pretty legit, too.
Right.
Alright, where were we?
Transitioning from the jokey bits to the revelation part of the episode. That will probably explain nothing. Hellenics has this very formulaic approach to how he writes his scripts. He's becoming quite predictable.
True?
Right.
Agreed.
I concur.
Exactly.
Indubitably.
So the Starhopper's name is a Space Frogger, right?
It is.
And you're giving me crap about my name? Fine. And you're a PK series droid, am I right?
I am.
And you do alphanumeric designations, correct?
I do.
Which is?
N00B.
COP42 to base. I found him.
Wait. What's going on here?
We've been expecting you. N00B.
Are you the agent of the monolith I was tasked with finding by my master?
Obviously.
If I'm being honest, I didn't expect it to be a low-level, low-star, under-geared Cup.
Not this again. Gee, what's with these people?
Sorry. Overworld Police. Sorry. Sorry. A glitch. Please continue. Sir.
Are you ready to receive your instructions?
Yes, sir.
You're to head back to the Space Triangle using the Corellian Run hyperspace lane. As you approach the Rune sector, you will encounter someone, and you will know what to do.
Someone?
Trust us. You will know. Oh yeah, and before I forget, take this too.
Whoa. The ultimate nullifier. This is the Marvel Comics 616 universe's most devastating weapon.
Is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it totally is.
What's this button do?
Don't touch any buttons! You're gonna erase us from all existence.
Sorry. I can't help it. I like pressing buttons.
Look, droid, put the damn thing in the glove box and don't touch it. Until the time is right.
How will I know when the time is right?
Trust us. You will know.
How?
Did you not hear me? I said trust us. Trust us.
Sheesh. Okay. Fine.
Now leave, you overgrown crockpot.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. All hail the monolith, sir. All praise TC-14, sir.
COP42 to base. I'm getting too old for this.
The Escape Pod. Cast. The Bridge.
And welcome back to the final segment of the show. It's The Bridge, and I just need to readjust my camera. And there is my camera readjusted. There we go. That's better. I look bigger now. Bigger is better.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, right. Okay.
We're both, you know, in the middle.
Yeah, I always have to readjust the camera because, you know, from having a guest on. I thought I'd guessed it right, but obviously not.
The bug off says
So sue me.
we need to do an episode where Helenix talks through how he makes magic happen. And then use the ad money to buy him a PC. A PC with the stuff he would need. I would love, and I truly mean this, I would love, Neil, to do a fundraiser to get Neil or to get Helenix a animation PC. But whew, that would be a big goal. As much as I would love to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like a spare laptop, but his phone is more powerful than the laptop that I could send.
Right.
Plus, it doesn't have a battery in it. Kind of needs a battery. Laptops kind of need batteries. So, yeah. Okay, do we have any questions today?
We do. First off, we're going to answer the channel point question submitted by Nabokov Fan 87. Not Naboo, Neil. Nabokov.
Look,
Fan.
I give everyone nicknames, and my nickname for him is Naboo because it sounds cool.
Okay. Does unaligned force user, does UFU tag and Capital Games' wording on former Sith / Jedi in the post slightly or heavily hint at a new mall? My answer immediately to that is yes. Former Sith, the first one I could think of, one that pops into my head is Maul.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna get Maul just like we get Cat, but in 3 months' time.
Yeah. Well, he says, do you think that it makes more sense for an epic confrontation Boba with a Galactic Legend Maul, or an epic confrontation Maul with a Galactic Legend fallen Anakin?
I don't think we're getting any more epic confrontations.
I don't think we're getting any more Anakins. So
I don't think we're getting. I don't think the reason for that is because they've decided to go back on what they originally said back in 2019 and not do double GLs anymore. So it's still going to be 2 GLs a year, but they'll do like one in the middle of the year and then they'll do a GL at the end of the year, as opposed to 2 GLs that they make everybody go for and then another 2 GLs. So it's kind of like a happy medium. It's because obviously an epic confrontation was just one character, and we got the Malik and then we got the Gas. And then they stopped doing the epic confrontations and switched to GL. So I think 1 GL at a time is a happy medium, and it negates the necessity for epic I genuinely don't think they are going to bother with epic confrontations. Galactic Conquest for new characters that they want to make better than Marquee, but force people to play that game in order to farm it, and a single GL at the midway point of the year and the end of the year. That's the way that I think it's going to go. No more epic confrontations.
All right. Who wins? These are from Dickie Darkside. A or B? There is no C, Neil.
Mm-hmm.
Ewoks versus Gremlins.
Gremlins.
It depends. I was going to say it depends on the weather. I would say if it's raining on Endor, definitely the Gremlins. If it's not, I think the Ewoks could take them. Leia versus Elsa.
Leia.
Why Leia?
Because lead beats ice.
But if ice is thick enough, lead can be stopped by
lots of
ice.
lead. Multiple lead.
And she uses energy blasters.
Well, then, you know, lead and laser. Exactly. Well, then laser definitely beats ice, doesn't it? Oh,
No,
let me just put this
otherwise
wall.
the Wampa
Let me
would have
put.
been dead.
Let me put this wall of ice up as a shield in front of me. Says Elsa. Leia goes. Laser, very, very hot. I can still see you through the ice. Shoot.
I'll agree with you though, Leia. Wrecker versus The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, Dwayne The Rock Johnson versus Wrecker. Wrecker every time.
I don't know. I think Wrecker could definitely end up smelling what The Rock is cooking.
Oh no. He will never ever have to smell what The Rock is cooking. Yeah, never. He will never have to smell what The Rock is cooking.
All right. Continuing down the Bad Batch. Hunter versus Rambo.
Rambo.
I was going to say explosive bow.
Yeah. Bow and arrow versus knife. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight.
Echo versus RoboCop.
RoboCop, definitely.
I don't know. I think Echo could hack RoboCop.
If he could get close enough to him to physically hook into him, yeah, maybe. But
Yeah.
RoboCop would never let him get anywhere near. You know, Echo does not have superior strength. RoboCop would just hit him once, you know, with blade extended. And, you know, Echo, no contest. RoboCop every time. All
right. And the last one, and this is going to be my first time actually trying to do this since the surgery. Tech versus N00B.
Tech.
Yeah.
Tech,
Even if Noob had the ultimate nullifier, definitely Tech.
Noob's a droid.
Noob's
right?
a droid.
Noob's a droid. And, you know, cannot harm him unless is reprogrammed. So no. Tech could beat him. Hands down.
All right. Staying on the topic of Bad Batch, Zaz asks, what percentage chance do you think is likely for us to need the Bad Batch for Galactic Legend Kenobi? I think a 0 chance.
Yeah, no chance. Bad Batch is for something completely different. Bad Batch is for something completely different. 100% completely different. We've got 4 so far. But yeah, no, it's not going to be. Yeah, I don't think any of the new ones are going to be for Kenobi. I really don't. I just don't. I just don't. They've been released so late in the day. I just can't see it happening.
The only way that I see that Bad Batch could be needed for something is if what Bad Batch is needed for is something you need for Galactic Legend Kenobi or JMK. And Commander Ahsoka Tano is part of it, because that and their farming time will coincide with I unlocked this, now I gear up this. Oh, and I also have Cat. That's the only way that that Bad Batch would have any chance of being needed for Kenobi, but you will not have to have them at certain relics for the chance to farm the tickets for Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Neil, I have an announcement.
Mm-hmm.
We already have booked next week's guest.
Okay.
That is going to be the Bounty Hunties.
The Bounty Hunties.
Yes. Next week, I know we had Kate and Llama on about their beginner guide, but the Bounty Hunties, which includes Llama and Kate, and also Critty K and Geek Girl, we're going to have the 4 of them on to talk about their charity stream. I think it's for a charity called To Write Love on Her Arms.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be talking to them about their charity stream that will be taking place the day after the interview, that Saturday. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And make sure that you follow Bounty Hunties on Twitch for this whole charity stream. I'm going to be helping run a little bit of it to make sure everybody can do their game switches and things like that. So, it's not exactly a Castaways production, but when you're married to one of them, you have to, you kind of got to help them out every once in a while.
Of course,
but I'm
absolutely
very glad to.
Goes without saying, you help your friends,
Exactly.
fellow content creators.
That's what the whole Castaways is all about: is helping friends, get their get to where they want to be,
get their simp on. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, that's we had so much, we ran over, but now we're about to run short on the show, unless you got anything that you want to talk about, Neil.
Are there no more questions?
There's no more questions right now.
Okay, so do you know what really grinds my gears this week?
What's that?
Deployables. Lack of deployables. It was fun. I'm not having fun at the moment. I'm not having fun without my deployables. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm liking the one that gives you the bonus protection. I got the first one out the gates. I got the 75%. So plus 75% bonus protection right at the start, which is awesome. Which is really, really awesome. But it's like, it's in Sector 1, that bonus protection doesn't last a lot. I'm kind of hoping that those ones stack. I'm really, really hoping that those stack so you can get like a multiple 75, get a couple of 75s, maybe a couple of 50s, maybe a couple of 25s, so that you're literally at like 300% bonus protection. Because at some point you're going to hit squads and they all get to go before you. So having that bonus protection would be like nice, but the evade one with bonus turn meter, I mean, how pathetic is that? How much evading? I get no evading. Okay, none. So if you're not getting any evading, you're not getting any bonus protection. So I'm not liking that deployable is gone, because all of the ones that worked with deployable just seem useless now. The heal over time one is useless now.
Right. So I've been always a fan of the debuff ones, and when you debuff an enemy, they lose turn meter.
Oh, the caustic emissions one. I mean, that's still in there. That's still good, because obviously you get the 2 damage over time. The good caustic, the blue caustic emission one. You get the 2 damage over time and the burn. So that I'll still be looking for that one, because that's awesome. Because it puts debuffs on, and that in tandem with the it's not vitality. There's a data card where you get bonus turn meter if the opponent has debuffs. So if you've got both the caustic emission,
that's the one that I like.
And if you've got the caustic emission one and that one, as soon as you take a turn, you're instantly removing turn meter and applying those 2 debuffs for 2 turns, which is great. It's just, I get that these new ones and the ones that they've taken out require a whole bunch of new theory crafting. It's just changing. I'm not, in the back of my mind, I keep thinking, still go for the same buffs the same cards that I was going for before, minus the deployables, but they don't work like that. So now I'm thinking to myself, I need to completely go the other route. Go the route of, okay, we need to go the route of getting turn meter or debuffs and the ones that give you bonuses if your opponent drops below 100% health. Because a caustic emission will drop an opponent below 100% health, which then gives you that 20% offense boost that I can't even remember what they so. But I'm still disappointed. I'm definitely not liking the deployables not gone. Being gone. I'm definitely not happy with that at all. Not one little bit. Not one little bit. Not happy.
I'm fine with them gone because it introduces new strategies. And I mean, I don't think that hard difficulty is all that hard.
Because you've got GLs and I haven't. I needed that little boost. Just to make my my Darth Revan team and my CLS team and my JKL team just last that little bit. Because even with that, I still wasn't 3-starring nodes. I was 1-starring nodes. But with the deployables, I knew I could still get to the end of Sector 5, right? I'm really concerned I'm not going to get to the end of Sector 5 on either of my 2 big accounts that are over 4 mil that's doing the hard node. I genuinely don't think I'm going to make it past Sector 3 because I just think that my non-GL squads are going to struggle at those higher relic levels to make that 1-star. So, yeah.
So, Grundy says, hope you're doing well after the dental work. I'm going to quickly smile. There you go. Thank you for being concerned, Grundy. It's good to smile again. I'm going to say that much.
Yeah.
So Neil, I think we should wrap it up.
Okay,
what do you got?
I've got 2 more things. One, congratulations, Dave. Congratulations, Mr. Filoni, on your promotion to creative director. I've been saying it for the last 2 years. He should be the creative director at Lucasfilm. He now is. And last but not least, at midnight Eastern time, I will be on the Gambit podcast doing my GAC as part of Gambit Fight Night. So
you stole what I was going to go for there.
Oh, is that what you were going to go for? Okay.
Yeah.
So
definitely tune into Gambit podcast at midnight Eastern, which means that our after show will run for about an hour and a half while I get all the stuff ready. But we are going to raid the muddiest of bums, Mr.
The muddiest of bums, the bum of plenty of mud.
Yes. And we're going to go ahead and raid him in just a moment. If you're watching live on Twitch, if you are not watching live on Twitch, go check out Mudbum, MUDDBUM on Twitch. He is a fun watch. Anything else for this week, Neil?
Nope, we're good to go.
All right. And that will do it for us this week. As always, be nice to each other, damn it. And Neil?
Yes.
Push the button.
You got it, mate. Ta-ta for now, folks.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gonna be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.